Bugatti, a name that comes to mind when we talk about luxurious cars. It's parked on the properties of the most famous celebrities and used in the biggest movies in the world like Need for Speed. Bugatti has been around for a long time and it has always fit the needs of those with lavish lifestyles. But how does a company like Bugatti, which was built from the ground up, become the dream car of so many people around the world? To find out, we've found some of the highlights from the brand's history and the moments that made Bugatti what it is today. Stay tuned to learn about Bugatti. Founded in 1909, Automobiles e Bugatti was a company set up by vehicle designer and producer Ettore Isidoro Bugatti. Bugatti was born in 1881 in Paris to an artistic, talented Italian family. His father was a jewelry and furniture designer, his younger brother a sculptor, and he had other family members who were professionals in the arts field. Having self-taught painting and designing skills himself, his father always thought Ettore would eventually follow him into the business of furniture and jewelry designing. But to his surprise, his son was interested in something very different: cars. However, that didn't get in the way of his parental support for him and pushed him to work with many vehicle manufacturers in Milan. But to Ettore Bugatti, cars were more than just something he wanted to help produce. At a young age, he learned about different car functions and grew more and more interested in what cars could look like and how much they could accomplish with the right setup. Updating his knowledge continuously and working on several prototypes, he created the Bugatti Type 1. Although this car wasn't actually introduced to any market, it was a lot for an 18-year-old to make and would be Bugatti's official entry into the world of automobile manufacturing. Bugatti was showcased to a lot of important people, both in the world of politics and automobiles. With funding from Count Gallinelli, who was impressed with the teenager's work, Bugatti was able to create a second prototype called Bugatti Type 2, and it was exhibited in Milan Trade Fair in 1901, winning a prize. Ettore's car caught the eyes of the Dietrich car factory's owner, who offered him a position at the company to design vehicles. By 1902, Ettore Bugatti had become the head designer at the company's plant in Niederbronn. Until 1904, the Dietrich built Ettore's Type 3 through 7 in their company, crediting him with the title the Dietrich Licensed Bugatti for each car. After that, Bugatti met Emile Mattes, his friend and future business partner. By the end of 1904, the two left the Dietrich to start manufacturing automobiles on their own. Their company, established under the name Mattes Hermes Licensed Bugatti, lasted for 2 years, and they ended their cooperation in 1906. Bugatti was keen on continuing his work and went on to produce several prototypes on his own, collaborating with Deutz, a German engine and automobile manufacturing business. In 1907, he was made the production director at the corporation, where he worked on prototypes 8 and 9. The next type, Type 10, was produced in his own garage while he was still working at Deutz. In 1909, Ettore Bugatti realized it was time and established Automobiles Ettore Bugatti in Alsace, France. The Type 10 was used to win Bugatti's first race, and Type 35 and its following designs won Bugatti 5 consecutive car races between 1924 and 1929. Louis Chiron was a racer who was Bugatti's biggest fan and believer, so in 1999, the company named Bugatti Chiron after him. Bugatti cars were very well made and built for racing. In fact, Ettore's prototypes were so strong that he was asked to use them on airplanes and other vehicles. In the beginning of 1930s, Bugatti made his first racer airplane, but the airplane never flew. Not because it couldn't, but because the racer decided to go with a different manufacturer. His railway design, however, was quite successful. The company was experiencing win after win, but in 1939, a tragedy struck. While testing Type 57, what would become Bugatti's latest race car, Bugatti's son lost his life. Not only was Ettore's personal life suffering, but he was also having a hard time bringing company profits back up when sales faced a decline after the accident. Before learning how another tragic event changed Bugatti's future, don't forget to like and share this video. Bugatti faced yet another downfall in World War II, when its factory was left in ruins during war attacks. And even though a new factory was planned and built around Paris after the war, Bugatti never got to fulfill his dream of creating supercharged cars. Having only completed 5 Type 73 automobiles in the new factory, Ettore died. After his death, the company was going under, and the original Bugatti was shut down by 1952. Bugatti's son tried to revive the business several times. First, in the mid-1950s, he tried to get help from other designers to manufacture cars, but the automobile did not meet racing standards and the company's expectations of a Bugatti car, so the revival was unsuccessful. Other attempts at rebuilding the company failed due to financial issues, and eventually Bugatti was sold to Snecma Group, who had also acquired Messier. He merged the two companies in 1977, creating Messier Bugatti. When Romano Artioli, a wealthy entrepreneur, bought Bugatti in 1987, the company had a turning point. It took 2 years to build a new Bugatti plant in Italy, where he was from, and he hired designers to work on new automobiles at the same time. By 1989, besides the new modern factory, new Bugatti car models were introduced. 7-time Formula One champion Michael Schumacher bought one of the newest Bugatti models, EB110, in 1994. In 1998, Volkswagen acquired Bugatti, and then the company's first regular production vehicle, the Veyron, was introduced. Its successor, the Chiron, was revealed in 2016 at the Geneva Motor Show. There are not many Bugattis in the world. Since being introduced, there have only been about 400 Veyrons produced and sold. Models like Bolide, that was launched in 2020, had only 10 of them made. And the famous Le Voiture Noir was one of a kind, one-time production at Bugatti. The car was sold for $18 million in 2019 to an unknown buyer. By keeping exclusivity a part of its business model, Bugatti has established itself as a high-end luxury brand. In fact, unlike other companies, Bugatti chooses its buyers and not the other way round. This is how it has remained an icon in the automobile world. It's true that not everyone can get their hands on a Bugatti, but if they could, then the brand wouldn't have the prestige that it does. We hope you enjoyed this Bugatti breakdown and have learned about the automobile legend's background. Check out our video on Rolls-Royce next.